Hi, my name is Theresa Spahn, and I want to be your next mayor for the city and county of Denver. I'd like to start off by just telling you a little bit about myself. My mother's side of the family, they're Mancinellis, and my great-grandparents, Pasquale and Angelina, moved here from Potenza, Italy, straight to Denver. And they opened a grocery store which served the community for about 73 years. And my grandfather, Angelo Mancinelli, one of their children, had his own produce market in the Denargo markets. My dad's side of the family are German Russians, and my immediate grandparents, Elsie and Jake Spahn, moved directly from Russia. They were German Russians to 31st and Marion. And my dad grew up right in that neighborhood right there on 31st and Marion. And actually was the first graduating class of the new Manual High School in 1957. He was an All-City athlete and won Golden Gloves in 1960, so his roots and my family's roots also run very deep in that neighborhood. I grew up on 52nd and Federal, right next to Marycrest is where I grew up. And my brother and sister and I, it's a very blue-collar, hard-working neighborhood. I am still friends. I'm still friends with the people that I grew up with. And in fact, I'm very proud of the fact that I'm friends with people from all different parts of my life. And the people who grew up in that neighborhood are very committed and work very hard in this campaign because they know who I am and they know that I've never forgot where I come from. And when I grew up in that neighborhood, one thing that I did is I worked as a waitress right there off 48th and Federal. It's now McCoy's, but it used to be all the King's Men, so I waited tables from the time I was 15, actually through the time later in life when I was a professional and working at the DA's office. So I know the service industry and I know the restaurant business well. My name is Theresa Spahn, and I want to serve as your next mayor. I mentioned earlier that I've grown up here, and the city has been very good to my family and to me and has provided much opportunity. And I love the city, I care about the city, and that's exactly why I'm running for mayor. You know, Denver's in a different place than it was 4 or 5 years ago. The economic downturn has impacted families, it's impacted business, it's impacted our city. And when you look at families and businesses, they've really had to reprioritize, and they've had to look at themselves, and they've had to reinvent themselves to survive this economic downturn. And that's exactly what our city has to do right now. We need a mayor who is going to come at the crossroads here and look at issues differently. We need a mayor who's going to have bold ideas. We're going to need a mayor who is a strong leader and has a proven track record of change. And I'm that leader. I'm that person. And that's exactly what I will bring to the city and county of Denver.